Do you feel like you're leveling up in your frequency? Leveling up in frequency or raising your vibration reflects this internal expansion, this shift in your consciousness. And it's not just something that happens to you, it's something that you grow into. And hello, if you don't know me, my name is Liz and I'm an intuitive psychic medium. I'd really like to get into this by providing you with 6 ways that you will be shown you are leveling up, raising your vibration. The first one is that you feel lighter inside, even when the world is so heavy. The shift is very subtle. You're not escaping reality. You're just simply not carrying all of it in your nervous system anymore. Your emotional heaviness used to feel permanent, like quicksand, but now emotions just pass through you like waves. They don't hang on you like anchors. You'll have a deepening sense of inner spaciousness, a quiet calm that holds steady even when your circumstances don't. So for example, even though life still has its edges and its rough undercurrents, there is a trust now. Like your soul is holding you steady even when your mind doesn't have the answers in a situation. Number 2, your tolerance for bullshit drops, but your compassion expands. You no longer feel obligated to carry other people's projections or their guilt or their expectations. And you begin to recognize the energetic cost of staying in spaces that no longer serve you. Also, you stop needing to be fucking right about everything all the time. You don't fight to be understood. Your nervous system isn't wired for battling anymore. It's calibrated for peace and understanding. Your heart starts to feel bigger and you start to see people for who they are, even the ones who can't meet you where you are. So for example, like a family member tries to pull you back into some old dynamic, like with passive aggressiveness or guilt or manipulation, and you don't take the bait. You see their pain, and instead of trying to defend it or fix it, you hold your boundary and you stay centered. That is your new power. Number 3, you crave silence, nature, and truth. As your vibration rises, the noise of the world becomes super overstimulating. And it's not because you're becoming more fragile, it's because you're becoming more sensitive in the most sacred sense. Your energy starts rejecting what is fake or forced or superficial. You don't have time for small talk that isn't rooted in real presence. And you find yourself aching for the parts of life that feed your soul, like sunlight, rivers, birds, poetry, the woods. You also stop feeling the need to rush around all the fucking time. You release the need for constant input or external validation, and you realize that the most sacred connection you have is you with your own spirit. That leads me to number 4, you're more present and more intuitive. Your mind slows down, but your awareness sharpens. You begin to hear those whispers beneath the noise, your inner guidance, your gut instinct, your intuitive nudges. You don't force clarity anymore. You just allow it to arrive and you allow yourself to receive. You don't have to control every fucking thing at every step. You don't have to anticipate. You start trusting your own inner compass more than you trust other people's maps. So for example, you go where you're led. Maybe you're led to reach out and message somebody that you haven't talked to in years. You don't overanalyze it, you just lean in and you go with it. And all of a sudden that opens a door for an opportunity that you never could have anticipated. Number 5, you realize that healing isn't linear and you stop needing to be fixed. You stop treating yourself like a problem to be solved, and you realize healing is cyclical. It's like nature. It ebbs and it flows, and some days you bloom and some days you rest. You start honoring your rhythm. You embrace your shadow without shame or guilt. You now know that a bad mood does not mean that you lost progress. It just means that you're human, and you no longer fear the waves because you trust the tide. So this can look like excessive crying, right? But you're crying not because you're broken, but because you're releasing something old and you just let it happen. There's no judgment, there's no rushing, there's just presence. That is healing. Number 6, you stop chasing and you start attracting. You start to realize that what's meant for you is drawn to your frequency and not to your effort. Let me repeat that. What is meant for you is drawn to your frequency and not to your effort. You stop grinding and you start aligning. And that doesn't mean that you stop working. It just means that your actions flow from alignment and not from desperation to be seen and heard. You don't chase love, you don't chase opportunities, and you don't chase motherfucking validation. You become the vibration of what you desire. You magnetize. So what does that look like? You stop trying to prove your worth. You spend your energy in alignment doing what feels real and alive and authentic. And suddenly people are reaching out to you to collaborate. People start finding you. You're not hustling, you are radiating. These are not just personality shifts that you're encountering. They are frequency shifts. Your entire way of being is evolving. And it's not just about, oh, I'm so positive. It's about being aligned deeply, authentically, and powerfully. Does this message resonate with you? If so, please tell me about it in the comments. Please join me when I go live on TikTok. And if you'd like to book a private reading with me, please do so through the link in my bio to my website. And if you want to know more, my loves, follow for more.